Um, we started last week a whole new series called Focus on the Diagnosis. And Brenda and I were talking this week, and I love it. I'm excited about this series where we're going to focus on particular health issues. We're going to talk about verbiage, how to talk to people and on that topic. We're going to supply you with handouts, research, videos, you name it. We want to build out this section so that anytime you have someone you're talking to, you know right where to go. You can grab whatever you need to share with that particular person. But we are taking a break this week because we want to really hone in on attracting partners. Since September, the whole month of September, most of you probably know, but if you're reading your emails from the company, we can invite people into the business and it costs them absolutely nothing. So there is no risk and no reason for someone not to join us. So we wanted to take this week and next week, while we're still in the month of September, and really hone in on what do we say to people? How do we attract people to join us in this business? And so that's where we're going to camp out today and next week. This week, we're going to talk about verbiage. Next week, we're going to talk about the tools to share with people. And so we are going to ask you guys that if you've got some great things that you normally share with people, then, send it to Brenda or I, either one, so that we can get it added to our website. So let me get in here. So let me show you where I'm going. Let me back out. Let me go all the way back to, okay. So here's our Team Extreme website, if you guys are not familiar with it, and where we are housing all these tools is going to be under our tool section. And now we're going to drop them all in this area where it says prospective partners. So let's jump in. And first and foremost, I just would love for everyone to pull out a piece of paper, because as we start talking, you're going to think of people that you want to invite into the business. When you start hearing some of these things, and we may have take some time just to hear from each one of you. You know what? Before we jump in, let me ask somebody. And Brenda, I can't see everybody now that I've got the screen up. So maybe pick somebody. Last week, we talked about pregnancy, and we also talked about talking to people about joining us in the business. I'd love to hear from somebody to tell us how their week went last week and how many people they connected with. What about Lindsay? Just because we're talking about pregnancy and babies. Oh, yes. And that gorgeous baby she's got.
Now, Brenda, you're starting to pick on me just like Elaine. I feel like
no, I just sent you a darling message. I'm not picking.
I have one friend. She's a new friend that she also had a baby 2 weeks after I had Hazel. And I've been dripping on her a little bit. And she's so we talked a little bit. I only connected with her because Hazel had quite a week last week. But we've been talking, and I'm going to invite her to the call tonight because she is I think she's a NICU nurse.
Wow.
And she's they're moving, and she's looking to be able to stay home with her baby. So I'm going to invite her to the call tonight as well.
Wow. I may have to connect with you. I've got somebody who I'm talking to who's a NICU nurse as well. So I may connect with you a little later, Lindsay. We'll brainstorm together. Awesome. Who else? Okay. What about Karina?
Yes. You're just calling me out?
Yeah. I'm inviting you in.
No problem. What I've actually been saying to people is that I'm with a company that's looking for affiliates or partners and they'll be both trained and that there's no cost to them.
Mhm.
And then I would send them one of the short videos on Juice Plus and how they benefit the new partners and partners. And then I send out the video where there's someone who's telling you how to get to the 10% level, which I thought was good. So if I'm inviting them to look at that franchise video about why they should join, then I need to let them know how they can get to Juice Plus. So that's what I've been doing.
Ooh, Karina, would you send us the video that you found that you really like?
Okay, all right. I don't really know how to do all that stuff, but I'll try.
We'll circle back around then. It doesn't matter. You're out there telling people. That's the main thing. We'll circle back around and figure out which one you're using so we can share it and add it to this section.
Okay,
So,
where did you want me to try to send it, on Voxer?
yeah, that'll be good.
Oh Lord, I don't know how to do that either, but I'll get some help. Don't worry, I'll get someone to help me.
Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing with us,
No
Karina.
problem.
Okay, so thank you both, Lindsay and Karina, for just sharing who you've been connecting with, what you've been saying, what you've been sending. So we're going to continue down this path. And this week, we're really going to hone in on those people that we want to connect with. So if you can see this right here, we've been talking about first, print this out or write it on a piece of paper, however you're tracking your prospects. Who are you we talked about collecting friends. And I love that Lindsay made the comment, this is a new friend that she's talking to. So write those names down, at least 5 people a week, at least 5 people. And then how are you going to connect with? And I loved what Lindsay said about that. You know, Hazel had a bad week. So she's connecting with someone who together, they're on the same journey. So she used that connection of their babies to get the conversation going. So as you write down these people's names, think about how am I going to connect with them? You know, kind of always have those feelers out of, you know, because we want to always show up as let's see, what's the word I'm looking for?
Authentic.
Authentic. Never mind. Authentic. Thank you, Brenda. We want to show up as authentic as possible because what we do is so meaningful to us, but we want to show up in a way that people can see that and realize that we're not perfect. We don't do everything right. We're not the best. We're not always the most perfect eater or exercise every day. We're human.
Mhm.
But what we do know is we have an incredible product and business that will help anybody and everyone. And like Dr. Bill Sear says, from womb to tomb. So how am I going to connect with them? So as you write the name, write how you're going to connect with them. Now, today, what we're going to talk about is, okay, how do I start cultivating that relationship? What do I say? And the first thing I want to challenge us all to do, and this is coming from an extrovert who I got to remind myself all the time, ask questions, Elaine. Do not go off on a tangent talking nonstop, which I am very well known to do. I have to remind myself, ask the questions, because he who asks the questions guides the conversation. So if I want the conversation to move down that path toward them joining me on this mission that we're on, I got to find out what they value. I've got all these Scott sayings, and the one that's coming to mind now is, we don't want to be dancing the waltz and they're dancing the tango.
Mhm.
So if I'm all talking about one thing and why they need to become a partner, and, let's say I'm doing the tango. So I'm moving and I'm shaking and I'm talking about, X, Y, Z, and I'm not paying enough attention that they're over here doing the waltz.
Mhm.
What that tango is of no interest to them. And that's where I've seen myself do that in the past. And what I've got to remind myself is, I got to get dancing the dance they're dancing and figure out what's important to them. What would make them want to join me in the business? So I think it's to start asking those questions. You know, are they looking for a flexible schedule? Lindsay, keep going back to Lindsay, in that she found out that this gal she's connecting with wants to stay home with her new baby. So, you know, needing a flexible schedule would be key. Maybe someone's looking for a supportive community. You'd be surprised how many people that's more of an issue, that they want to feel like they are in a community of people who will support them, who will be with them, who will challenge them, encourage them. Or maybe it's someone looking for passion and purpose. They're bored out of their not a 9-to-5 job. They're just bored out of their mind. They need something that's got purpose and passion. Or unlimited income. You know, I was in a corporate field and I was hearing, we're paying you as much as we can, Elaine. I'm like, well, I want to have something to shoot for, to grow toward. You know, this 3% raise isn't enough, or 5% raise doesn't inspire me enough. Maybe someone's looking for unlimited income, or maybe somebody needs the benefits package. What is it? It's some kind of like real, how will they know? How will they know? Well, we will not know unless we ask the questions to find out what it is that would make this business attractive to them. So what we've got is some talking points for y'all. So when I think about, and these are just going to be random, but what I'm going to challenge you guys to do is dig into these and use them this week. So let's just say, and maybe we do a little role playing. So pay attention, because we're going to call on some of you to do a role play. Brenda, the school teacher, is saying the best way to learn is to role play. So be prepared. Everybody put your listening ears on. But I'm sitting here thinking, me with my background in finance, if someone said this to me, I will always have my own business because the tax benefits a business owner receives are priceless. In addition, owning your own business creates an opportunity to set up a retirement account and fund more than you could a traditional IRA. So if I'm a financial planner, that would speak volumes to me. And I'd be like, wow, I never thought of that. You know, that you can fund more into a retirement. So maybe, you know, I'm getting close to 60. So retirement is a big deal to me, and making sure I have enough retirement. Or maybe you're talking to someone and this thought may be a thought you want to share. After working 10 years for someone else, I wanted to be in a position to benefit from the extra income I was investing by paying myself and being in control of my own raises. You know, if someone were talking to me back 20 some years ago in the corporate world, they would have known that was a hot button for me, that I knew how hard I was working, but was I actually getting the benefits of how hard I was working? I had no control over that. Or how about this one? After I had my 2 daughters, I had to figure out a way to generate a margin with my time and my money, and Juice Plus met both of them. So what was happening, and these are my talking points, take them, massage them, work at them in a way that it's natural to you, but I'm just kind of giving you some thoughts. You know, what I got so annoyed at was I was working 70, 80 hours a week for at least a whole quarter of the year. And, you know, I was being told, we're paying you as much as we can, yet we want to keep taking more and more of your time. Mm-hmm. And I needed both time margin and I needed financial margin, because I had two daughters that I wanted to invest more time in them. And as they grew, I needed more money. Kids are expensive. They're not too expensive in the beginning, but they start getting into those activities, preschool, those expenses start to grow. And I knew that, and I needed a way to get more time and more money. So think about look at your list. Of your list, would any of those people resonate with tax benefits, paying themselves, creating time, or financial margin? If so, write that out in that cultivating. Write those thoughts, of what you want to say when you're talking to them. Here's some more. We know that everyone from womb to tomb, Dr. Bill Sears, quote him, we know that everyone from womb to tomb needs Juice Plus. Because of this, we have the opportunity to share it with a truly unlimited group of people. So when we say, oh, I can't think of anyone to talk to about Juice Plus or to talk to about this business, really, or oh, they don't think they could, they don't think they could build a business. Every living, breathing human being can benefit from Juice Plus. That is, to me, one of our biggest pluses when compared to other businesses. Makeup, who's that limited to? Women from 14 to, maybe 70 or 80. But Juice Plus is for everyone. And then the next thing, can you imagine the impact that creating a residual income stream could have on you and your family's future? Does that kind of make you stop for a minute and think? And maybe you say, what do you think an additional $1,000 a month would do for you and your family? How would you use that? What are you doing? When you ask those questions, and some of these are statements, I probably need to go back and rewrite them and turn them into questions, because questions are going to be more powerful. But if you ask a question, then you're going to start hearing their need, what they value, what they want, why Juice Plus may make sense, why this business may make sense to them. And then residual. One of the best ways to generate wealth is to figure out how to create a residual income stream. And then kind of take them down that path. Can you imagine? I love rental real estate because it creates residual income. I love Juice Plus because it creates residual income. And as a financial person, that is the first thing that jumped out at me when I took a look at this business. So are you talking to someone who has a financial mind and gravitates in that direction? Then you go in that direction. You dance their dance. How about the Juice Plus business is unique in that it is a reoccurring and consumable product. Every 4 months, your customers will need more. When you think about some of these other businesses out there, it's a one-time shot. You sell it, you're done, you got to move on. You talk about having to build a large prospective list. The beautiful thing is Juice Plus is that reoccurring, we get to know our customers on a deeper level, and we get a lot more referrals if we're talking to our customers. So if you're looking for prospective partners, and Allison talked about this earlier, it's coming from a lot of our partners come from our current customers who are happy. Okay, couple more. I love the fact that Juice Plus is a risk-free opportunity, and it certainly is this month, since we don't even have to pay the $52. So this really should be a talking point for us. There's no downside. At a minimum, you'll get your Juice Plus at wholesale. And then you could turn that into a question. Would that be something that would make sense to you and you'd want to do? Would you like for me to figure out how many customers you'd need to cover your cost? So it's keep trying to turn these, since I didn't do it all, tried to turn as many of these into questions as possible. If I I think that Allison uses this a lot. If I shared with you how I match my full-time income with a residual income stream from Juice Plus, would you be interested in learning more? Who's not interested in learning how to make more money? Or I don't know, very few people. But I think asking them if they're interested in learning about what you're doing. Even after 21 years with Juice Plus Company, I still get up every morning excited to go to work. The impact we're having on the health of others is priceless. And then if I'm trying to turn these back into questions, I think I would say I got to the point with my old job, as much as I loved it, it didn't fit me once I had kids. Have you ever experienced that? Being in a position that you may be loved, or maybe you don't love it, but over time, you outgrew it. I outgrew my job as a financial planner. If nothing, and I love this one, if nothing were to change in the next 5 years, would you be happy with where you are right now? Or would you feel like you've missed out? Are you happy with where you are, the income you're making, the passion that you have for whatever you're doing now? Or would you like to learn more about what we're doing as a community? All right, last page. And oh, maybe not. Nope, that was it. Okay, let me double check. Did I go through all of them?
I don't. Yeah, you haven't done that one. Right.
Okay, last one. We all have a massive need to get whole food nutrition in our diets. Wouldn't you say? I find it challenging. This is what I do for a living, and I still find it challenging to get 7 raw fruits and vegetables in every day. Juice Plus is the perfect answer to that age-old dilemma. And I know I've told you all this before, but I remember talking to this guy and saying something similar to this, and he goes, "Oh, I get in my fruits and vegetables every day." I said, "Wow, tell me about that," because I still struggle. I always want to hear what other people do. And I remember him saying, "Well, I ate a peach yesterday." And I think sometimes when we ask those questions, people have a set mindset, a set response. And if we're talking, it stays set. But when you ask the question, it makes them think for a minute, oh, maybe I'm not eating as many fruits and vegetables as what I think I am. Mm-hmm. How do you think adding $500 a month would impact the bottom line of your family household? For us, $500 made a big difference, because at the time it would have paid for my girls' ballet, and so I start talking about things that I know maybe that person who I'm talking to might resonate with. Are your kids in a bunch of activities? What if, when I started, it was kind of to take care of the vacations, my kids' activities, and save for, our big ticket items. What would you do with $500? Get them thinking, get them talking. The more you can get them talking, the quicker you're going to move them down that path to joining you. The Juice Plus virtual franchise is one of the simplest business models. We can help anyone who's willing to learn and grow, build a stable and lasting business. I don't know about you, but I like to talk, and that's what I get paid to do. Do you like talking with people? Do you care about health? Do you like people? One time I did ask that question, and I remember who it was. She looked at me, she goes, "Honestly, Elaine, I don't like people." I said, "Well, then probably this business isn't for you." We laugh, but you know what? She refers a lot of people to me. I have an email actually in my email box, and she goes, "Hey, Elaine," she's a customer. She goes, "Hey, Elaine, I was thinking about this company. I think you need to partner with this company. I think they would really resonate with Juice Plus." So even people who maybe don't join you in the business, this may give you an opportunity to get them to refer people to you, because she's a referral course. She refers people to me. Okay, last thing. Now is the time to take advantage of owning your own business and taking control of your own finances. Why not? Now's the time. You can do it for free. Why not? Give me a reason why you don't want to do this.
What do you have to lose?
I love it. What do you have to lose? Okay, so I'm going to stop share and who can I pick on today? You got lucky, Lindsley. Brenda already picked on you. Who am I going to pick on? In light of what we just listened to, we got a couple more minutes. Am I going to have to pick, or will I get a couple volunteers? Aaron, yes, Aaron's going to volunteer. Who wants to volunteer with Aaron? Who wants to role play with Aaron? And you still got your hand up. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to lower it quick enough. I'll do it.
Too slow,
I'll do
grasshopper.
it.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
gonna put Ann and Aaron together. Ann, you're a financial, and we're gonna flip the roles. So Aaron, you're gonna be the partner, and you want Aaron to be on your team, or excuse me, Aaron's the partner. She wants Ann to be on her team. Ann is she finances her background. She has a health and wellness now. So she's self-employed already, and she has finance as her background. You know what? Let's scratch her health business. Let's just focus on the fact that she's in finance. I'll let you guys talk.
Hey, Ann, how are you doing with your financial planning?
Good. Yeah, I'm helping clients, and I'm looking at my own financial plan for retirement because I'm getting close to 60, and I really want to start focusing more on myself, not just, helping my clients, but really working on my own plan as well.
Oh, I understand that. We have found that diversifying has been really helpful. Have you found that?
Yes, very much so, especially with COVID and everything, the country's gone through. And I think diversification is where it's at, because it just helps you have many different avenues of diversification in your income. And, in financial planning, we all know not to put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes. Have you heard of Ron Blue?
No, I have not.
Ron Blue is a fabulous financial planner, and I met him actually through the Juice Plus company. That's something that we take part in, just helping people with their health. But he's also part of the Juice Plus company because he thinks that diversifying your income is a fantastic idea. I don't know if you'd want to take a look at that. It's one income stream that we use that has been fabulous, not only for our own health, but other people's health.
That sounds awesome. I'm very interested. As a financial planner, it's not just about the numbers. It's also about taking care of yourself so that you're around to appreciate the retirement income that you put away. So yes, I'd be very interested. I think the two are very synergistically linked.
I do too. And I love how you're already helping a bunch of clients. And what if you could help them with their health as well? That'd be fantastic, huh?
I think that would be a great addition to what I do.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Great. Oh, that was good. I put you guys on the spot.
I have somebody I want to share that with.
Very good, both of you. And you gave her some good leadway so that she knew how to work with it. And Erin, I loved how she brought in diversifying. She's thinking 2 steps ahead of how this business allows us to diversify our income streams. I loved how she brought Ron Blue in, and I wasn't even thinking about Ron Blue and about him speaking. Being a financial planner, she connected with what Ann, the finance world, and where Ann was, and brought him in, and the validation, brought that third-party validation into the conversation. And then I don't know which one of the two of you talked about synergistically working together, bringing your businesses together. That was fabulous. I literally have goosebumps. You guys got a second role of acting if you need another stream. But okay, so I love too, did you notice how Erin didn't rush the conversation, even when she probably felt it in light of where she's, presenting. She didn't rush the conversation, and she didn't go right in for the kill. You've heard me talk about, you're in an airplane, you're circling the runway. You don't come in until the control tower waves you in. And you wait for that opportunity. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. When we talk about 1 to 10 times it takes most people to buy anything or buy into anything, you may have 2 or 3 conversations with someone and Juice Plus may not even come up. So when we're saying we need to talk to 5 or 10 people, you're like, whoa, you know what I mean? But you may not even get to Juice Plus in those first 2 or 3 conversations. And that's okay. What you're doing, where the end goal is. You're circling the runway and you're waiting for the indication. Erin was waiting for the indication for Ann to say, all right, go ahead, keep it coming, keep the questions coming. And that's what we want. What happens if we come in for the landing before they're ready? What happens when a plane comes in and the towers say, no, there's ice on the runway, don't come in. It's not a good situation. We'll crash and burn. Nobody likes to crash and burn in this business. And then there's also the other thing. If we wait too long, we're too afraid to come in for the landing. So we circle, and we run out of gas. So there's that balance on either end, one coming in too soon when they're not ready, or another one circling forever and a day. And we've talked to them 200 times and we still haven't asked the question, would you join me? I would love for you to join me, and here's why. So, okay, we're kind of at our time. I don't want to keep on. I want to try to always keep these calls around 30 minutes or so. Any other thoughts as we close out today and as you go into this week? Let's bump up, instead of 5 partners, since this is our sole focus, let's go for 10 people. Some of them you may not get to Juice Plus, but let's go for 10, knowing where we ultimately want to go with them. Thoughts or questions before we wrap up? Erin.
Real quick, I just wanted to say, go for it, even if they haven't taken an interest in Juice Plus. So one of my quick conversations this morning, right before I got on this call, I was just walking with a gal. She's going through divorce. She needs income really badly, and she's kind of pushed away as far as Juice Plus. But this opportunity, I just said, Juliana, would you just want to take a look at Juice Plus and what I do? I love it. It's free this month. There's nothing to lose, but what if you could do this? And then she said, well, my friend Julie wants to do that. And I was like, you guys should do it together. We could just all team up. It'd be so much fun. And she was open to it, and I thought she wouldn't be, but I just went for it just in case, so.
Wow. I love that. And, it goes back to what we have to offer people, whether it's health or wealth. We've got a lot to offer. And it triggered my mind to a conversation I had this past week. We'd gone to a Atlanta United game with some friends of ours. They've been customers of mine for, probably 20 years. And she's a school teacher, taught both of my girls. And so I don't see her very often, but we are sitting talking. And I was like, Diane, when are you going to retire? Because she was just telling me the nightmare of being a teacher. And I was like, when are you going to retire? And she's like, well, I really don't know what I'm going to do next. I said, well, come join me. And her husband he is the most religious customer I have. He takes a double dose of Juice Plus of the quad every single day. And I looked at her and I said, Jim would be glad to reduce his cost of his Juice Plus. And you could do that. Won't you join me? And she said, I never thought of it, but let me think about it. And it's back to what you said. There was never been any indication, but sometimes it's just worth an ask. So she's someone I'm going to follow back up with this week. And you just never know. You never know. So Anyway, thanks for that. Any other thoughts before we wrap up? I need to shut up. I always seem to have to talk. Mara.
So I just want to let everybody know we have a new partner on with us today. His name is Dean Ebanks.
Yes.
Yay,
welcome.
Dean,
Yay.
welcome.
Welcome.
How exciting.
Yay.
He just signed on with us the day before yesterday, actually.
Awesome.
Wow. Well, that's a good sign being on here. He's going to take off. That's great. Thanks, Dean, for joining us.
Yes.
All right, guys, have a phenomenal week. Thanks for being on the call and can't wait to hear of your conversations. Erin, you going to share something?
Yeah, I did want to just share one more thing that a sideline told me about healthylivingaffiliates.com. It's run by Jeff Olson and Dr. Mitra Ray, and they will be doing these like monthly or weekly focus calls each month. So this week they're talking about the business and how you make money with Juice Plus. Last week it was the product. So they will do a Tuesday night call, and then they'll have like encore calls. They are not recorded, but it sounds like it's just a fabulous way to draw people in. And I unfortunately did not get on any of those calls, but my friend said it was like the best Juice Plus presentation she's seen in years.
Wow. Wow.
What was that sign again, Erin?
Juice Plus, no, sorry, healthylivingaffiliates.com. I'll put it here in the chat, and I put this week's poster on our Team Extreme Boxer chat.
Thank
Well,
you.
isn't he over Project